Hey guys, um, this is not the model you are looking for. I am here because it's the last place that I was while doing housing stuff. Let's see, you know what, let's do, because I have a plan. What? No, why would I ever wanna, I don't even know what the recycling bin is. Is there something I don't care about here? It's a gauntlet. This is, I can test the recycling bin with that. What? Oh! That's nice. I appreciate that. That's new. Regardless, let's go home. Then message from... That is a message from Chip. So what we're doing here is just picking up all of the items. Which was just that careful. You know what? Let's go inside and do that too. All items. Yes. Oh, wait. Let's go to the Amber Estate and do it again. Pick up all items. Nothing out here, which is good. I forgot to turn on tits and stream avatars. Ugh. Okay. It's just really fast. Let's make a tighter A. Let's just do an AFK spin. And let's... What was I was turning on tits and stream avatars, that's right. Place object, all items. Nothing. Let's go down to Wizard's Watchtower and do this process again. I'm going to start with the inside. because then likely we'll have a few more things with wallpaper included. Then the outside, and I'm gonna try to fit the outside in my attic. Okay, my attic's too full. I don't think my inventory is, though. Right, so we're just trying to, get that number, I believe, down below 300. I could be wrong about that. It could be below 200, but we shall see. And wallpaper does not count against number of things in a house. Yes, Seek, I know my thing's full. I'm fixing that slowly, but I am. Wallpaper and tile. Wait, I can put that on the wall? Oh, I like that, actually. Floor. On wall. We're just gonna go up. On wall. On floor. See about this spot. Can I do on wall and on floor? We're gonna go over to wall hangings. And just get more, you know. Oh, I like that. That looks really good, actually. Now this castle kind of only does have that one room. Well, those two rooms, I guess. So, what I'm doing is simple. Everything that there is only one of, that's not like my mounts, I'm putting in here. If it will let me. For now, for organizational purposes only. None of those will fit in here. You know what? Let me pull up my chat on my phone. Because something was fucky with my chat last night. Night before. Where it, like, it was displaying weird. That's what I know. I also do have my breakfast. Still to eat. 1, 2, 3. I believe those 3 things will fit in here. Might be slow, like very slow going. But we're getting there eventually. Hmm. 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 One, 2, 3. And by and large, these are not the castle these items are going to wind up staying in. Um, I just, wanted to make that clear. There's a lot of clicks right now. Teleport to start outside. Hmm. Huh? Okay. Okay. That is actually exactly what I wanted to do. Hmm. This just needs a spot to set. But they don't want to let me, so I'm gonna just do this. That fits nicely there. I get the sense that none of the gauntlets are going to fit in this house. Except maybe that one. Um, Now, the next place I'm going is Winterwind, and I feel like it's gonna get more tedious. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna start inside and come outside, like I did with the other one. I'm hoping this one has more room on the inside. Open attic. Okay, I can pick up 5 things, but I gotta be pretty damn strategic about which 5. Because I'm trying to find a place for the gauntlets. Okay, that increased it to 7, 8. Oh, floor, wall. This will clear some space up, without a doubt. Wall, floor, wait, floor. I probably looked better. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go into Arrow Village and go to the inside. And start dropping things off that are duplicates or wallpaper. And right now it's going to be just any duplicates. But once we get all of these single stuff put away, we will come back here and kind of thin this out. The duplicate thing does not apply if it is wallpaper or tile. Because, I'm not going to that amount of trouble with this. And like the holiday fireplaces, hell yeah, it applies. Just because there are so many of them. Wow. Okay. Thing we're looking for are 2 or more right now. Of actual things. And the reason we're leaving the single items in and therefore making more clicks via the pages is so that we can tell if they're actually singular or if their counterpart is just in a like a house that we haven't checked. As for the chatting part of the stream, I'm gonna talk about my vacation. I'm gonna talk about my visit to Florida. It was really fun. First thing we did was a cruise on the Disney Destiny, and that was okay. The Destiny is not my favorite ship. The crew hadn't really gelled yet, so any issues on their part, I'm not gonna say anything about. We did Palo, which, for those of you who are unaware, is one of the adult exclusive dining options available on Disney Cruise Line. They do have a dress code, which I was kind of worried about, but don't be too worried. We did brunch, and I did sweatpants. Sweatpants all the way. That's the type of guy I am. I can put other things on the rug. I thought. And it was beautiful ship. Truly. Hercules, the shows were wonderful, of course, they always are. But, specifically Hercules. Well, okay, Frozen 2. They did Frozen. I think the guy might have been Kristoff. He could have been, oh, there goes my breakfast. Not really, I slept and mopped last night. The floor is fine, I'm just wanting to open this milk before I forget it exists. Because my mouth is very dry. And anything Frozen that they have done since Frozen is better than Frozen. So even with the understudy, who I think was Hans, and it did get confirmed later once we were done with the cruise that he was the understudy. But he did, you know, he was good enough. But also, coming from the perspective of an actor, he was very obviously Shakespeareanly trained, which isn't a bad thing whatsoever. I think everyone should be trained in Greek stuff and Shakespeare stuff. To my mom, I even noted that, well, during Hercules, I even noted that he would be better as a muse. Turns out one of the muses was missing. It was him. Also, actually confirmed once we got off the ship. My gripe with, he overacted everything a little too much. But he's like in a learning curve. I think it was also probably the first time he had to sort of overact that much. In regards to anything. And I've seen worse overacted performances. Alright guys, this is not me taking a shit on the actor. It's me wanting to be like, oh, that was good. As a lifelong fan of the movie? No, that is not how these things work. They took the Greek out of the story, which I think is very funny. I think it says something about the way that Hollywood treats things nowadays. But, like, the chorus, like, the choral scenes were shortened. Which is fine. They had to fit it into, like, an hour or half an hour. Can't remember which. It was crazy short for the story that they were telling. Hades was amazing. Megara was amazing. The understudy, well blundered about in a very amazing way. Like, he was still entertaining to watch. He was entertaining enough. And I think that is what really kind of just matters. I wonder if there's a story there as to why nothing can get placed on that rug. but, like, it is just kind of, oh, as a thought process. But the theming on the Destiny was beautiful. It's a beautiful ship. Although I did comment to my mom that, it feels like Disney is trying to rush into, quote-unquote luxury as a market. And they're not doing a good job of it. At all, actually. Granted, the Destiny was more put together in terms of themes and cohesiveness than the Wish. We got a Lion King themed room, which I'm very happy about. It was beautiful. And for the first part of the trip, it was like only me in my head, only Percy. So it was a little disorienting. Because I'm used to sharing that space with others. You know, I'm used to sharing it with Drake or something like we're doing now. That said, it was fun. We went to Lookout Cay and Castaway Cay. And those are always very fun. You go there for the potential that it has, not for what it is. And it does have a lot of potential. And I adore it for its potential. And for the culturalness and stuff of everything. Now, we did snorkel there. We did an excursion. I got kind of pissy with my mom and I explained it. I texted Fish about it actually. But it was almost the reverse of the argument that I had with Fish a few years ago at Halloween Horror Nights. For those of you who don't know, I went down to Florida for 3 months to test the waters out, see if I liked it enough as an area to live, to scrape up the discounts for Florida residency. I'm not necessarily sure I do, but it's still nice, you know? My mom paid for me to go down with the help of like everyone in the family to Orlando, the parks for 3 months. And during that time, I invited my friends, you know, my 2 closest buds, which were Fish and Narrator. And well, at Horror Nights, there was a kerfuffle of everyone fronting everyone in my head, pretty much, that we knew about at the time. So, I'm not gonna name names, but you know what I mean. And I had to have a discussion with Fish because some people just do not have theme park stamina. Now, to be fair, Horror Nights is typically hot and sweltering and crowded and just a slightly pleasant party atmosphere. Just to describe it to those of you who aren't theme park people. But also there's the sense that it's a theme park, so of course there's an inherent element of fun. Present in all of the choices that are made for the event. Right, I remember why I was AFK spinning. Because I told Fish about this interaction. There we go. There's my DM with Fish. Also, I watched Fight Club and I laughed my ass off. But that's all I'm gonna say because, we don't talk about Fight Club. Okay, I must have texted it. Oh, hi Plum. I must have texted it to, I must have texted it to him instead. God, where are my... There you are, Fish. So... basically, long story short, what I did at Horror Nights with Fish is we were eating in Louis. It's a little eatery spot, Italian-ish place off of the Mummy ride. Right? But we were eating there and Shadow eventually wound up snapping. And was like, I might not be around to do everything later when Fish wanted to leave. Fish, fucking amazing person that he is, sucked it up. And we did all of the houses and all of the scare zones, and we saw the show in one night. Still sorry. Sorry, Fish. But, so I've never been to Lookout Cave. Like, Percy's never been to Lookout Cave. So, like, physically I've been, mentally I have zero memories of the place, except from this trip that I just took. And I apologized immediately for snapping at her, but she wasn't really getting it. When I was like, I've never done anything here. I've never seen anything here. I've never experienced anything here. And I think that conversation helped us going into Epic Universe because we went there too. But on Lookout Cave we did snorkeling, which initially I was opposed to. Because on Castaway there's so much to see and do. And they only give you like until maybe 3:45 from 10 to see it all. So I was nervous. And she talked me into doing the snorkeling by describing it very accurately, mind you, as it's Disney for beach people. And it's got a few piers and a lot of food, and their beach food and like their barbecues are not good. So yeah, that happened. But why can't I open? What? Tap out, tap in. Okay, cool. Fixed whatever issue I was having. I might as well run around and dump off these, wallpapers. But I do need to teleport to the start outside because it's just easier. All on floor. Back out on that. On walls and floors and this one, which I think is the one I ran into. Yeah. Okay, so there's already stuff on the walls and floors in there. Walls and floors. That can be wall. This can be floor. That's very pretty as a floor. It is on a single... It has like a balcony, which might... Wait, no, I saw no stairs. It's single. More... I should get these out of my attic. But... Yeah, no, it was fun. Like, the lighthouse is always... It was pretty. During snorkeling, we saw a ray, which was really cool. And a few parrotfish. It was just fun, is what it was. The reef was badly damaged, which is a whole other can of worms. If this were... I missed a house. If this were... You know, Avatar, The Frontiers of Pandora, I'd talk about that more ad nauseum. But as it stands... Actually, what does that look like? Oh, that's what that looks like on the floor. Oh, well. But as it stands, it doesn't need that attention right now. I mean, it always needs that attention, but, you know, not time and place. Unfortunately, but time and place. And, no, we did the cruise. It was great. The cruises are always great. They're Disney. And we went to the parks, which was very fun. Aside from the fact that we stayed at a resort hotel, which it's meant for people who enjoy the resorts, and there is no shame at that. It's beautiful. It's grand. If you've been following along with the book club, you've heard of it. Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is where we stayed. It has rooms that overlook the savannah area, and it is pretty. It's pretty, it's worth it. It's... Do I have more in the plant life? But for us, just like on a personal level, I cannot see us staying there again. Specifically due to that it's for people who enjoy resorts and actually spend time at them, like, specifically because of that. We're not those people. So after a few days of that, we did... God, I'm struggling to remember the order we went to the parks. Let me pull up my photos, because I took photos. I took a lot of pictures. Okay. Okay, that was still on the ship. Yeah, that was still on the ship. On the ship. On the ship. Picture of my mom's burnt ear. Picture of a door sign saying we love towel animals. I'm AFK spinning for now. Okay, so we got off the ship, and the first thing we did was Epcot, because by no means anyone who says any of the parks is a half-day park hasn't been to the parks enough. I can do this and then go drop them all off. And then have more room in my backpack and attic. It's the idea, at least. I don't know if I'll be capable of doing that. Okay. I will have to be capable of doing that. Wizard's Watchtower, go home, and then go inside. And up, and right now I'm only worrying about the wall hangings, because that's a huge section. But the first thing we did was we went to Epcot. We saw some turtles. We saw, the Hammerhead. They're very friendly Hammerhead. Hallie. She was so energetic at first that I almost didn't recognize her. Like, I had to do a double take. she's a very friendly hammerhead. Gonna put the wands up first because I know how much space they take up. But first we went to Epcot, which was really fun. And then we went to check into Animal Kingdom Lodge, which was beautiful. I posted room tours on my now deleted TikTok. I'm working on getting those up on my main YouTube channel. And then the next day in the morning, we went to Animal Kingdom. We rode Dinosaur for the last time. And then we went to Magic Kingdom. And we rode Tron, which is, it's always a better coaster than we remember. My mom thinks that she likes it better in the day, though. Like when it's light out. And then what we did is we went to Animal Kingdom Lodge once again. We slept. And then we packed up everything and went to Hollywood Studios. Did Rise of the Resistance, Runaway Railway. We did like everything there except the things on Sunset Boulevard, which we've done a lot. We don't need to do them again. Rock and Roller Coaster's getting pretty rough for, like, it's showing its age. So I'm hoping that the rethemed Muppets comes with a refurb on the track, please. For the sake of everyone that rides it. That does not want a chiropractic visit. There are so many wands. And then we went to so that night we transferred hotels to Universal's sorry, the Grand Helios Resort and Hotel, which is a Lowe's resort. So it's like Sapphire Falls and stuff like that. It's one of their fancier ones, and with good reason. It looks out into the park. It has its own entrance into Epic. Time to get more wall hangings down from the attic. Sorry, it doesn't like my macros. But, oh my god, the view we had from our room was amazing. We went into City Walk that night for dinner. It was the bus was not running as often as they said. Nor as often as our travel agent said. Which is good to know. We wound up just taking the car over because it was past 6 and we parked. So parking was free, which is weird to me because normally we go during horror nights and parking's never free. But it happened to be free after 6 that time of year. Very, very weird to me. Let's go try to get items out of the Winterwind Tower. Not outside. But inside. Just gonna move all of this so that it has a lesser chance of interrupting everything. That can be trashed. I don't really give two shits about castle building. I want to just really quickly scroll through floor on wall. Wall on floor. I don't know why I like the slightly dark, like the slightly dark snowy colors more than the marble, but I do. On wall. On floor. Okay, I don't know if that did anything or not. Wall. On floor. On floor. Because I think that's wallpaper. On a wall. That's like a balcony. Oh yeah, that looks like the powdered snow flooring. More. Just so it stops annoying me. I'd like that. On floor? Oh, okay. Now off to do the side rooms. At least the walls. Well, okay, at least one of the walls. Is there really nothing here that's a duplicate? Okay, all of the wall hangings, I'm just gonna... duplicate. 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 Triplicate. Sorry for being so quiet. Okay, I need to get the number under 300, or at least under 300. I cannot do that with my currently available stuff, so I'm going to just hold up. Wizard's Watchtower. I'm gonna throw all of the stuff that I can that's singular in here. And I know the actual Wizard's Watchtower doesn't have that much space in it. Like, size-wise. But eventually I might make this into, one of, if not my main house. Wall hangings. You can go up now. What happened to... Okay, my mouse got really fast all of a sudden, and I don't know why. There's that. Can I put a tapestry there? I can. I don't think there's enough space for another. There's not, so let's fill it up. Would a dragon bust fit? No. Okay. Time to cast the walls in this room. Wait, no, I can't. There are windows. Well, we were at Animal Kingdom. Everything just went a little buggy wuggy. Like, just a tiny bit. In the sense that everything just kind of hit really hard. I think some of these will let me put them inside. The cranky apple tree will not. I know that from experience. Cyclops statue will. Grave marker. Can't put the dead tree in that spot. We're only at 143 things actually inside of here. Which I think is insane. A little bit insane. Wait, I can afford to block myself in. I have the teleport to start function. Speaking of, outside. I want to see if that willow will fit in this thing's hand. It will not, but it will fit there. Oh, hey, Goda fits. Nightmare's tiny. Witches and Legends. Rematch. 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 Oh, that's kind of a big spot, I wonder. Oh, Sinbad's really small. Spiral Cup is too big. Accursed Play is a tiny, tiny thing. Which begs the question. Well, I mean, I guess it does need room for the sigils, technically. It begs the question. There we go. Winterbane is massive. I'm not gonna try to fit that here. Unforgiven Dead kinda just works. Backpack. Rug. Doomsday Croc. It's right there, which is a surprise. Gear Vault. I have enough for the outside and inside. Crates of stuff. They'll stack. Nightshade's rematch. It's there. Could go there. These there. This can fit in there, I think. That's there. All this, by the way, is just like purely an effort to try to see what I have. I guess since I'm here, I should go see if I can put a gear vault inside. Or like if inside has too many things, or if inside has one. That's the word I was looking for. It's under furniture, right? Yeah. Okay. Can't do a gear vault, but I can do a jewel vault. And even more things to fill up this area. Mini pyramid? Mini pyramid's too big. Okay. Winterwind Tower, here I come. Because I believe that space is thoroughly taken up in this one. You know what? My dorm. My dorm also will utilize the, God, why can 100 things be placed here? Can 100 things even fit here? That'll fit there. Oh, right, I have a gear vault. I could possibly put it somewhere. Not in here again. Winterwind Tower. Please equip when I double click you. Thank you. And then a few days into the trip, my mom and I realized a thing. We both got sick. Well, a few days into the what's it? A few days into the second cruise, so last week we realized we both got sick. Undeniably so. Wait, if I go through here... Oh, okay. Teleport to start. Inside. Thank you. But, I think that we probably got sick at Epic Universe, waiting for the, waiting for one of the rides. Waiting for the Donkey Kong coaster. which is fine. Haley. I'm gonna try teleporting to the start in here and seeing if that fixes that. Things are just kind of being shunted places. But yeah, no, my mom and I very quickly realized we were sick. And of course, had we known we were sick, we none of her would have gone on the cruise. But the fact of the matter is we didn't start presenting with symptoms until we were already kind of committed to that shore excursion. Or not that shore excursion, but like we planned things on the cruise. And we were genuinely feeling much better by the time that they happened. I still feel bad planning them, with the knowledge that we were sick, but at some point it's like there's only so much you can control. Especially on, vacation. That happened to be not one of the things that we could. Okay, I think that'll be enough. It might not be, but in that case, we just walk through this door again. And put more things in the attic. Or in the backpack from the attic. Those are the words that I wanted, I swear. But overall, the trip was fun. Although I will say on Castaway, a few days ago, my mom and I kind of turned into beach people. And I was forced to Google the scientific name of a fish so I could see if it matched. Because my plan lets me text and use limited internet, well, in other countries. I was forced to Google a, I was forced to Google a juvenile slippery dick, which is a fish. The fish, just to be clear, a slippery dick is a fish. It's a type of wrasse, W-R-A-S-S-E, and the ones that I had seen were juveniles, and fish can look very different as they age. So I Googled the scientific name of a juvenile slipper dick because I didn't want to be on the list because I was talking about the fish. Nor would I ever want to. Ew, that's ew. That's gross. But yeah, let me just AFK spin and pull you guys up. Slippery dick fish. Let me just so you guys know that I'm not. Here is the literal Wikipedia page on slippery dicks. The initial phase picture is closer to the one that I saw. They're very, very friendly. They are so friendly. These little guys, like, these tiny, tiny babies, went into my flippers. I had to fight with them to get my flippers on so I could snorkel. And I think they're my favorite fish. Favorite bony fish, at least. My favorite ribboned fish are eels. I like eels. I like how they look. They're fun looking. They're like shark snakes. They're cool. But copy image, I cannot just paste that. My OBS is probably like, what the hell, man? Because I am going to drag and drop this so you guys can see what the slippery dick is. That has a watermark on it. All the image credit goes to, I can't tell if that's the Aquatics Unlimited. Watermark. Oh. My bad. Apparently I'm not allowed to use that. Oh, thank God they have another name. They have another name. But yeah, they have another name. Their other name is the black stripe wrasse. I'm gonna keep calling them slippery dicks, though. That's the name that I got introduced to them by. My mom didn't know what they were either. Wrasses are not... A yawn interrupted me. Wrasses are not very fun to look at. Wait, why'd I do that? That'll take me to my German dorm. I guess I'm in Wizard City now. Okay. As you can see, the gold is clearly still in effect. Again, thank you. 87? Okay, that's not that many. I'm gonna slap a gear vault down. I'm gonna see if it'll let me do it with 299. Or even 314, honestly. But I do want to clear out my inventory a little. Of items so that I have some room to work with. Crack apple tree can be placed outside. Can't do any more gear vaults. This can finally be out of my inventory. That's a big-ass blueberry. There's a rug. Bottle burner. Big cherry. Oh, that's a gauntlet. There is so much room over here. Gauntlet. On wall. On floor. Okay, I had to check. I was 90% sure those wouldn't work. You're a pet. You don't... Spiral cup can spiral cup. Spiral cup can. Stack of licorice. Right there, por favor. Stormzilla egg. That is gigantic. I guess Stormzilla are huge. Mushroom house. Lava fountain. Guardhouse. Winterbane. Winterbane, please be placeable here. 2-6 salted. Long bench. Aquarium. Aquarium. Trunk. Table. Okay. Watermoon Tropical Resort would be the next one. Okay, 2 full. Okay, it has to be $2.99. It says no items aside from the wallpapers. And I guess that's gonna be all for me because my body hurts. I actually do kind of like this model. But yeah, no, my body hurts. I hurt. I've been going for longer than I was yesterday, which that's a win. I'm still sick and I need to act as such. So goodbye.